As Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial approaches, federal prosecutors have escalated their case against the music mogul by introducing new allegations of forced labor. In addition, authorities have firmly opposed Combs' attempts to suppress digital evidence collected during investigations. On Thursday, the U.S. Attorney's Office filed a second superseding indictment, reinforcing the charges against Combs. While no new criminal offenses were added, the revised indictment introduces additional details regarding the racketeering conspiracy initially outlined in Count 1. Specifically, it highlights claims that forced labor was a method used to sustain the alleged criminal enterprise. Prosecutors contend that Combs compelled certain employees to engage in sexual acts under duress, utilizing physical force, psychological coercion, financial threats, and reputational intimidation. According to the indictment, employees were led to believe that refusal to comply with Combs' demands could result in harm, including job termination. One particularly damning allegation states that Combs leveraged his power and influence to manipulate and control his staff, using various forms of coercion to force at least one employee into non-consensual sex acts. These latest developments come as Combs, who has pleaded not guilty to all charges, remains in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He faces charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution-related activities. If convicted, he could be sentenced to life in prison. Combs' legal team has consistently defended him, dismissing the accusations as baseless. Following the release of the new indictment, his attorneys reaffirmed his innocence, arguing that he has never forced anyone into sexual acts. Mark Agnifilo, one of Combs' lead defense attorneys, released a statement emphasizing that numerous former employees stand by Combs, ready to vouch for his character and work ethic. The defense maintains that the charges are part of a broader attempt to tarnish Combs' legacy and dismantle his business empire. However, prosecutors remain steadfast in their pursuit of justice. On the same day they filed the indictment, they also submitted a motion opposing Combs' request to suppress electronic evidence gathered from his properties in Los Angeles and Miami. Combs' legal team had previously argued that the search warrants used to obtain digital records were overly broad and unconstitutional. The prosecution has pushed back against Combs' claim that the search warrants were improperly issued. In their opposition filing, federal attorneys argued that the warrants were legally obtained and essential to proving Combs' involvement in the alleged criminal activities. The government maintains that the evidence seized is both relevant and crucial in demonstrating the extent of Combs' actions. In an attempt to suppress powerful electronic evidence of his guilt, the defendant makes two challenges to the search warrants authorizing the evidence's seizure, prosecutors stated. Neither challenge meets the demanding standard for suppression, and the motion should be denied without a hearing. The warrants in question were approved by two separate judges and played a key role in federal raids conducted last spring. During those operations, law enforcement officials collected substantial digital evidence, which the government argues is vital to the case. The road to trial. Combs' trial is scheduled to begin on May 5th, and as the date approaches, legal maneuvers from both sides continue to intensify. Federal prosecutors appear resolute in their stance, ensuring that all relevant evidence is presented in court. Meanwhile, Combs' legal team is expected to persist in challenging the charges and the methods used to collect evidence against him. The case against Combs is one of the most high-profile criminal proceedings in recent years, drawing significant media attention and public scrutiny. With allegations of sexual misconduct, coercion, and racketeering, the outcome of this trial could have profound implications, not only for Combs himself but for the broader entertainment industry. As the legal battle unfolds, the stakes remain high, and the trial promises to be a pivotal moment in the ongoing fight against sex trafficking and abuse within powerful circles.